Yo, how's everybody doing? Hawaiian Punch, appreciate you for putting that link in. I've pinned it at the top, so now no excuses, people. Chapter link is at the top. If anybody is wondering, point them there. But ladies and gentlemen, a new chapter is out. It's been a minute since we've spoken. Hope everybody is doing well. Last we saw each other was a little over 2 weeks ago when the last chapter dropped. And it was an absolute banger of a chapter. Now, whoever was here last stream, you're probably a little confused why it's been a while since I've streamed or made any videos, especially because after the last chapter, I had said it was a perfect time, really, at least it felt that way, to do a top 30. And I was planning it to do it this past Saturday during a break week, but this past week has been a hell of an emotional roller coaster for your boy. Because of some crazy stuff that went down. It's not that crazy. It's more crazy in terms of like the shit I went through. In terms of just the emotional ups and downs that I experienced this past week. So I'll get into that a little later when we just kind of chilling, have a little story time. But yeah, because of real life stuff that happened, it's a bit of a roller coaster. So I couldn't really get into my work schedule at all. So that's why we did not have the top 30. That being said, this chapter is now out. I've heard good things about it. Haven't seen the same level of hype last chapter, but that was like chapter of the year with Shanks going all out and, showing and proving that he's number one in the verse. That being said, I've heard good things about this chapter as well. I've seen in the chat a little bit. No spoilers. I haven't seen any spoilers, luckily. But I've seen people gas up the chapter a little bit. So maybe the universe all along knew that I needed to wait one more chapter because to do this top 30. Because originally I wanted to do it at the beginning of the year, but then I had a bunch of travel going on. Then I was like, you know what, let's just wait a while. And then the Shanks thing happened. And it felt like the perfect time to do it. And then some crazy shit happened in my life once again. And now we're getting pushed back. So maybe we just have to wait till this chapter, right? Like maybe like... The universe is like, listen, we gotta wait one more chapter before we do this top 30 because next week is once again a break week, which we don't get very often. One chapter drops and then another break happens, but I guess it is what it is, and it allows us to get right into another top 30 that I just missed last week, and the timing would be perfect. So we should hopefully be able to get into that this weekend. But let me just say hellos before we get jumping into the chapter. Ryo, what's up? Teddy, what's up? Hawaiian Punch. Sadiq, how's it going? Yana. Gas of the chapter, no hints. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Hello, Monkey D. Yuma. All right. Chin, what's good as well? That being said, I'm not going to wait too long. Perfect timing. The music went right into it as well. So we're just gonna get right into it. We are reading OP scans. TCB has not dropped yet. OP scans now, they did drop a little later because their provider for the scans apparently was unavailable this week. But apparently, I believe it's actually colored this week. So I'm gonna read that, to be honest. Maybe TCB will drop while we're streaming. I did see they just started like an hour ago, so I'm not sure. It's probably going to drop around 2, it feels like, given the timing of their tweet. But we shall see. As long as the translations are good, I'm fine, because I've read much lower quality before. I just need my One Piece fix. Let's get into it here. We got the filter up. One Piece chapter 1080, the legendary hero. Oh, hold on a minute. There's only one man named the hero that I know of, and that's the hero of the Marines. Oh, man. This is incredible, right? Because in the beginning, while we're getting all of this stuff happening outside of Egghead, it was like, whoa, we've never had this much before. But I didn't expect anything out of it, because Oda is the off-panel king. We all know this. We didn't see Akainu versus Aokiji. We didn't see a whole bunch of that stuff, okay? Because he likes to tease it and then just walk away. But this time, we're actually seeing Blackbeard versus Law a little bit. We're actually seeing Shanks versus Kid a little bit. And that usually doesn't happen, but my theory last chapter was that this is all gonna come together. All these people we're seeing outside of Egghead are gonna come to Egghead. That's the only way it really makes sense for us to be getting this much information outside of Egghead, right? Especially with this big incident that's about to go down tomorrow in real time. It would make sense that all of these people are gathering. And, you know, now we're seeing Shanks on the move. Blackbeard pirates are close to Egghead as well. So it's, you know, starting to make sense that this big incident is going to be a lot bigger, at least, than what I initially thought. But, hey, listen, if we're going to get Garp versus Blackbeard, maybe it was the perfect time to wait to do this top 30 until next week. Because if we get to see Blackbeard in action to really get a good gauge of what level he's at, then that top 30 is going to be spicy. So let's see what we get in this chapter. I'm excited to see Garp in action, man. Y'all know Garp's in my top 5 all time, certified. We're going, okay. This is a cover art request. I thought we were bouncing back to Wano, and I got really excited for a second because I want to get like an update on there. You know, even though Wano's a bit of a roller coaster, I would still like to see what's going down over there. How's Momonosuke doing? You know, how's Kinemon doing? There were characters I really loved in Wano. But this is just a little cover art request. So let's get into the chapter, and we start with Hachinosu, the pirate island. Hold on. I feel like we're starting too hot with the music a little bit here. Hold on. Let me get back on this real quick. Hachinosu, the pirate island, New World. Captain Kobe has escaped. Okay, Kobe. He said, I don't need Garp's help. Just got out of there by himself. Now, we did see a couple of Blackbeard pirate ships pull up to Egghead. I wonder if that's Blackbeard himself. I still think Kuzan should be involved there. I did discuss last chapter that maybe everything happens at Egghead and Garp returns that way as well, but it looks like that's probably not going to happen here. Okay, we're seeing some of the other pirates. By the way, this coloring is amazing. The quality is not even bad. What's LP Scans talking about? Yahoo! Well, even if he's escaped, he's not a rear admiral, is he? So how much if we kill him? Now, I actually want to see Kobe flex a little bit because I feel like Kobe, low-key, one of the most overhyped in terms of power scaling. Don't get me wrong, he's grown a lot very quickly, and it's incredibly impressive that he's like already at the same rank as Tashigi and like low-key kind of probably stronger than her, let's be real. And like he has this insane observation hockey when like 2 years ago he was just this little boy that was terrified of Alvida, right? So props to Kobe for all he's grown, but when people start talking like he's like Luffy's rival, like and shit like that, like this man is nowhere close right now. Down the line maybe, but like Kobe, I do feel like gets overhyped a little bit. So I want to get a good level of like where he's currently at as well. There's nothing up for grabs here. The Cross Guild will... okay. So was the reason they really kidnapped Kobe, which Loki... It was like my best guess of why Kobe was getting captured by Blackbeard, but it also didn't feel like, you know, it was a big enough deal for Blackbeard to just be after the bounty. But at least right now, we're seeing like these other Blackbeard pirates want to kill some Marines to hand in that bounty for the Cross Guild. Also, we have right smack dab in the center here, budget Whitebeard over there with the long ass Whitebeard mustache. Hey, this guy's a lottery pick. Hold on. Now we're seeing some of the bounties for the Marines. Oh, this is gonna be... we don't see in this image though. How much for the kill? A 5... Oh, snap. I like that. So a little callback to Dressrosa. We can get 5 treasure boxes. That's about 500 million berries. God damn. Okay, Kobe. Damn. Okay, so 500 million is not small. 500 million is what Luffy had after defeating Doflamingo. Yo, the Cross Guild, like, they got bags, man. Kobe is 500? What's the Admirals and stuff gonna be? They gotta be in the... Oh, man, that's fun. That's fun. Akainu, what do you think Akainu is, man? Oh, that's fun. We'll discuss this in a little bit. Captains are usually worth only 1 star. Damn, bro. They really put a big bounty on Kobe. His picture's looking fire as well. The left part of my chest tickles, right? Meow. The hell? Who's talking like this? That's where all the slaves are kept before they are sold. They're breaking out, aren't they? So we can hunt as much as we want? Pizarro? Don't be stupid, you're a bunch of thugs. You're gonna bring Kobe back alive. Okay, so the looks like Avalo Pizarro is like trying to take action to get Kobe here. I'll tell Teach, huh? Why is that rock talking? What the hell? Yeah, I was wondering why that mouth. I thought something had cut it. So it looks like Avalo Pizarro is talking through the rock. What kind of devil fruit did he get? Marine headquarters, Captain Sword, Kobe, Huff. They found us here too. We must hurry. Okay, so it looks like Kobe's trying to lead the charge of an escape. I'm guessing the people behind them are also Marines. Okay, so it looks like Blackbeard's plan was also just to get some cash. Kobe had a huge bounty, took Kobe. Looks like they had some other Marines already captured as well. Thank you, Captain Kobe. You could have gotten away alone, but you didn't. I'll act as bait. You guys, please get away during then. Got it? Thank you. Beat him up, Kobe. That man is a saint. Okay, shout out Kobe. Always one of the best Marines in the story. Actually has good morals and takes care of people. Shitty of the Rain. Hold on a minute. What the heck? Okay, now we're cutting straight to Shiryu and Pizarro. I will say the coloring's like amazing. I feel like just jumping back, like it's confusing me a little bit in terms of like where we are. You could have caught him, Pizarro. Okay, so it looks like Pizarro is the island fruit, and Shiryu obviously ate the clear fruit. So we know Shiryu and Pizarro are still on Pirate Island. I'm guessing Blackbeard Kuzan, maybe Lafitte has headed towards Egghead. I feel like if Shank's gonna go there, Blackbeard gonna go there. Like Kuzan has always made sense. That's something I like shouted out way early. Later, Teach said he's annoying. They damage a lot of things. Meow. Did Pizarro always talk like this? I don't remember him saying like meow after every sentence. Okay, but it looks like he's got the island fruit. So San Juan Wolf. Didn't San Juan Wolf eat that? I felt like or did he eat like some kind of the giant fruit? He's like literally like island size. So now like we have a guy with an island fruit and then another guy that's like as giant as the mountain. So like that Blackbeard versus Straw Hat battle is gonna be pretty fucking epic. Now I'm wondering because I always thought about San Juan Wolf versus Robin because they could both just go gigantic and duke it out as some like Godzilla, King Kong type shit. But we got another island-sized human now with somebody that can literally control an island. So, man, that's gonna be weird to figure out for sure. Can I go there? This like Vasco Shot is sitting on the bubble, so he's not gonna be going to Egghead either. I wonder what kind of fruit he's got. Vasco Shot, what are you doing? They can't run away if we burn the city. Got heavy drinker. He's got the glug glug fruit. A liquor human. What the hell does that even mean? Hey, cut that out, or you'll start a big fire, meow. Teach will get mad, meow. Tupu, tupu, tupu. Okay, so that's his laugh. Early translation said the liquor fruit. Gobble gobble is the sound of drinking. Okay, so he's got like a drinking laugh. He's got the glug glug fruit that turns him into literally a human alcohol. I wonder how that's gonna work. It might be at the closest we get to a water fruit, low key. That's quite interesting. And there's San Juan Wolf as well, so he's also here. We just finished up fixing Rocky Port. San Juan was sleeping away there. Hold on. Let me... Yeah, until some action actually happens, I'm going to go to this lo-fi real quick. We just finished fixing up Rocky Port. What better way to leave it? What better way than to leave it to Wolf? Topu, topu, topu. Yeah, so he's got the giant fruit as already a giant. Okay, so now they just have like 2 gigantic people. One an actual giant that could go even bigger, and then the other person turns into the island. And then Vasco Shot got Loki has like a almost water fruit because it's like still a liquid, but he's like alcohol. I'm wondering like if he's able to like actually affect people in terms of like drowning them and stuff, and like maybe affecting their devil fruits. That'll be interesting to see. Found him. Okay, there's Kobe escaping again. Huff, damn it, I can't outrun them out. Okay, so he's being the distraction, trying to distract everybody while the other Marines run away. But anyways, I have to bait them until everyone is out to sea. How do they have ships though? Will they be able to get out of there? I wonder what these cuffs are also made of. Like, you know, Kobe's obviously like he doesn't have a devil fruit, so he should still be fine without sea stone. But like also, how come he can't just break these cuffs? You know what I'm saying? Kobe the hero. Oh wait, hold on. Are we getting the Rocky Port incident here? Oh, are we talking about Kobe the hero? Is it not Garp? Okay. I'm gonna make Pirate Island a country, one that's recognized by the world government. Okay, so this is Blackbeard giving us his ideals. It looks like we got Kuzan and Van Augur in the background. I will be the king, King Blackbeard. That can't be his only motive, though. That's ridiculous. There's no way they will allow that. A country of criminals. Hey, don't crush people's dreams. I'm willing to negotiate for you. Okay. So he's trying to use Kobe as a bait. Okay, yeah. It didn't make too much sense that Kobe was simply just gonna be like for cash. Like Blackbeard usually has deeper levels of his planning beyond that. So it looks like he's trying to trade in Kobe to get Pirate Island recognized. Interesting move. He's trying to go like the Doflamingo route of like ruling a country. But Blackbeard has always had like these bigger motives, right? Like he's one of the main antagonists, if not the main antagonist. The government and military would never give in to such acts of terrorism. Also, that just won't work because I'm part of Sword. And there's Kuzan, confused. Is he acting? And it's also weird Kobe just gave that up like that. Sword, what the hell is that? Oh wow, look at that. Blackbeard actually doesn't know something. I see, it ain't gonna work then. Give up on the deal, Teach. Is Kuzan trying to help his boy here? In short, that this guy is a Marine, but not a Marine at the same time. He doesn't follow the Marine code. Okay, so it looks like Sword is decently well known, right? Like the world government knew about Sword as well. The idea I always like is like Garp leads Sword, and they're gonna eventually like rebel against the world government. And it looks like what Kuzan is saying here kind of backs that up, in that these guys are like not really completely following the Marines. Okay, here we go. Give us the goods here. The Sword, so to speak, consists of Marines who have already submitted their resignation. Okay. So it's not some like super top secret thing in terms of like, you know, they're going directly against the world government. That's why these guys can pick a fight with the 4 emperors without permission from their superiors. It's a ranger squad that can move freely, ignoring all other orders. In return, the Navy is not responsible for any of these guys' actions and can fire them right away. Okay, so Sword is not some like super top secret thing that the Marines or the world government doesn't know, right? It looks like they all know about it. It's still a secret unit in a way, in which like most Marines, like some lower Marines, I guess, don't know. But like obviously the top dogs, the admirals, I'm guessing so a lot of the vice admirals already know about them as well. And you know, they're just this like free range suicide squad almost, in that they've already resigned. So, you know, the world government is just not going to be responsible for them. Interesting. Then I feel like Kuzan probably is not part of Sword. Maybe he's working along with them if Garp still runs Sword. But it looks like this Sword is not really an organization that's like run by anybody. Is still part of the Marines in a way. So like I feel like there's still like a Kainu still has some say in what they do, you know? So I feel like Kuzan at this point, maybe we have to start leaning towards the Revolutionary Army side in what his actual motives are. Because Sword seems a lot less like secretive and like rebellious at this point, in that they're more like just trying to fight off pirates and do the right thing, and less against the world government, if you know what I mean. Maybe there's like a double side to it, and like they're actually trying to rebel, and that's like the secret that people don't know about. But let's see here. I get it now. So they don't need permission from those half-wits to fight us. Ruffians who jump into fights head first, huh? I see. Not bad. But we're not changing the plan. We'll do what we have to do. Okay. Blackbeard's a little layer-looking fire as well, by the way. As long as you're called a hero, the Navy can't just abandon it. That is a good point. He did earn the title of a hero. I will have the public know about this. That way, they can't ignore this matter. Okay, so I don't think we're getting Garp in this chapter anymore. They bamboozled me with the title. I thought Garp was about to go down. Looks like we're getting some Kobe. I do want to know what happened to Law, though. Blackbeard is obviously fine. Did he... I'm assuming he lost and got captured. But I also don't see a reason why Blackbeard wouldn't just kill Law. Because Law at this point has no reason to be kept... to be just kept along, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, until the time comes back. Until the time comes, just lock him up. This is gonna be fun. Don't let him get away. Okay, well, he got away anyway. So the other Blackbeard pirates are kind of goofing around, I guess. Wait, Kobe. Hey, what the hell? Perona? Oh, okay, so I'm guessing Perona followed Moria over here. Moria, I'm guessing, just joined the Blackbeard Pirates at this point, right? They have no reason. Oh, no. I should have just kept reading. Hey, I'm going to get you out of here. Only if you release Master Moria from your inner prison. Okay, so Moria didn't join. Moria also got captured. I wonder why I didn't capture Perona, though. What the hell? Or did she just show up, like, sneakily and nobody saw that? I may have joined forces with pirates, but I can't let the enemies get the better of me. Okay. Where's Moria, though? Did he also escape? Marines just showed up at the port. Oh, is that Garp? Marines, you gotta be kidding me. He's strong. Be careful. Someone came to save me? No way. How arrogant. Shame on me. Okay, here's some of the Marine. We got a super chat from OP Scams. What's good? Appreciate y'all. I get to it after the chapter. Who is this guy? He's super strong. They're headed towards the center of the city. What do they want? Stop them, huh? The guns don't work on them. Oh, snap. Is this the sword unit? Yeah, enough of this. Okay, somebody cut one of their heads off, but it looks like he's fine. Yeah, I'll be taking your head. Okay, that thing just reattached. It looks like he's got some kind of Logia double fruit. The hell is that guy? He's like clay. Creek? Did that building just move? No way, you moron. You've been drinking too much. These Blackbeard pirates, I gotta say, they are just like the most classic pirates of like, they're always drunk. They're just trying to kill people and get some money. Like Blackbeard gathers some real pirates, man. Which one is Kobe? Now, be a good boy. Keep moving. Oh, it looks like the lady from Impel Down. I forgot his name. Oh, it's not the lady from Impel Down. It's another sword member. Who's that strange woman? Come on. Get back to your senses. Look at your disgusting face. She's using her whip to manipulate the buildings. What the hell? What's wrong staring at me so creepily? Oh, hold on a minute. Who is this? Huh? Are you a Marine? Is it that unusual to see a Marine? Come here. You're so cute. Navy HQ Rear Admiral Sword Kujaku, grandchild of the great advisor Tsuru. Oh, snap. Okay. Tsuru whip fruit. Taming human. Oh, man. Nah, the people gonna be going down bad for this one. I already know. I'll tame you. We finally cornered you, Kobe. Fire. With everything you've got. Damn, I'm surrounded. Huff, huff. Is this it for me? Nah, Garb's probably coming through. We'll probably see some other sword members come through. Fire! Oh, turn all into flowers. This is so beautiful. Wait a sec, what the hell's going on? Okay, there's the other sword members. There's Hibari. Wait, I didn't mean that in a weird way. What? She also has the same heavy dialect as Akainu, which I believe is like a southern accent. Hibari, what are you doing here? Mr. Kobe, come over here. Mr. Kobe, come over here this way. If your stomach's grumbling, I made some lunch for you. I fired one of my trusted flower bullets. Now they can't use their weapons at us. Oh, and there's the rest of the... Okay, so Sword is fully pulled up. Garb, I feel like obviously is involved with Sword. That's going to be confirmed. It does feel like I mentioned earlier, it's not as like secretive and like rebellious as we had initially thought though. How's it going, Your Highness? Just now finished. Kobe is safe as well. Okay, but the Blackbeard Pirates have to act up now, right? Like Sword is all the way out here. They gotta start acting. Golem, Navy Rear Admiral Sword Prince Groose, the Goo Fruit. He's a clay human. Oh man, these color panels making them look so epic. What about here? Hey, did the plaza look like this? Did the buildings just move? Okay, yeah, the Blackbeard Pirates are getting absolutely just disoriented here. Everything's all right here. Come straight into the middle. Oh, Tashiki's here as well. Oh, now the hero I'm waiting for is here. Everyone's ready. Hold on tight. Foo. Launch. Huh? What? A battleship? Look who's on that battleship. No way. I swear he retired, didn't he? It's the legendary hero. The Navy battleship is flying in the sky. Why? What's going on here? He got a coupe de burst himself? Like, how do you even get up there? Who's even on the board? Just get out of here. We're stuck. There's too many people. It's Vice Admiral Garp. Just run away. Oh, okay. This might be a good way to do it. Because I was saying Blackbeard versus Garp. I don't know which way that should go. Because, like, I stand for Garp as, like, one of the greatest of all time. But Blackbeard is also the top dog villain that I want to see prove himself as well. But it looks like Garp's about to put these Blackbeard Pirates in a body bag. Now that Blackbeard is not here, I think these Blackbeard Pirates are about to get put to sleep. Just run away. We need to get off this damn island. It's no good. There's no exit at the plaza. Shing. Oh. What is this? Hold on a second. Hey, you lousy pirates. It's Vice Admiral Garp. Now let's not forget his name, people. Hero of the Marines, but it's Garp the Fist. The #1 hand thrower. Up against Roger and Rox only threw hands this the entire time. Do you even realize who you've abducted? Kobe is the future of the Navy. Not only that, why, for me, he's my beloved pupil, Galaxy Impact. Buildings, island, destroyed. Oh my goodness. Break next week, and that's where we leave off? Oh man. Oda is going crazy on us right now, man. Egghead is like so unimportant, it feels like, because all of this amazing stuff we're getting outside of it. But people, we gotta talk. All right, we gotta talk. I also got a super chat to get to from OP Scans themselves, I believe. OP Scans, thank you for the 2 W stream. Hit me up. We can partner. Word, bro. Anytime, man. Anytime. I appreciate y'all work for giving us the chapters. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me kick back with some lo-fi. The hand thrower. Galaxy Impact, bro. My goodness. Let Garb cook, man. Now listen, Blackbeard's not here anymore. I think Blackbeard's heading to Egghead. So that big incident is going to have everybody involved. And that's why cutting back and forth outside of Egghead so often. These Blackbeard pirates getting put in a body bag now. Up against Blackbeard, I think I was a little worried for Garp. I think Garp was going to show out, but narratively, I didn't see a reason for Garp to get cooked by I didn't see a reason for Blackbeard to just take an L against Garp. But these other Blackbeard pirates, like Vasco Shout, we already saw, got dusted by Boa Hancock just like that. So I don't think these guys are gonna be too much to handle for Garp. That being said, the only interesting one I will say is Shiryu the Rain. Because if Shiryu is gonna be that opponent for Zoro later, then he's got to be a challenge. If he just gets cooked here by Garp, that might be a little difficult one to swallow when Zoro fights him later. Garp versus Blackbeard, Loki giving All Might versus One for all for one. Oh man, because like y'all gotta imagine, like this is why I rate Garp so much. He was just throwing hands, man. The guy was just throwing hands against everybody as the GOAT Marine taking everybody on. I also love the sword stuff this chapter, which we'll get to. But first, a couple super chats. Ace, thank you for the super chat. I'm now fully convinced Garp would have killed Akainu at Marine Ford. I want to see Sengoku and Garp fight side by side. Now that's interesting. All right, because I feel like because Garp has been retired for 2 years, same with Sengoku, and we haven't really seen him in action like at all too much. The community in general, the vibe has been like these old heads are like, they're not quite there anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're retired. Like Garp was talking that talk at Marine 4, but maybe he wasn't. Maybe he couldn't do it. My opinion's kind of changing a little bit now. I don't know if he would have like destroyed Akainu and killed him like that. That's an interesting combo. I'm sure we'll have when we talk about the top 30. This chapter is really good because now it does make you really reevaluate those old heads and like, where exactly they still currently rank. Because if Garb's busted out attacks like this still, okay, I know he's been retired for 2 years because doesn't look like he missed out much, bro. All right, these color panels are beautiful. It was a little discombobulating sometimes in terms of like changing from place to place, but like gorgeous, beautiful job done by the artist. Who was it? I feel like I saw the watermark somewhere. Zub. Shout out to them. Young Smokey, thank you for the super chat. Garb Gang, the fist, right? Fist of love. That was no fist of love right there. That has some more packed into it right there. That one right there had a little more packed into it. Teddy, thank you for the super chat. Sengoku save Akainu that day. Garp is putting overtime in the kitchen. Respect to the old heads. Let Garp cook. Also, I want to be time defy. Oh, man. Oh, I'm guessing you want to say tamed? Because when I saw her, when I saw Kujaku, believe me, Teddy, the first person I thought was you, okay? I knew you were going out fa, okay? Man, these old heads, put some respect on the old heads, man. Put some respect on the old heads. I see Jose just said old Garp versus greater than an old Whitebeard, greater than an old Rayleigh. Listen, I feel like Garp over Whitebeard is not crazy. I feel like there's a conversation there. Especially if you take God Valley at face value, which is all we can really do right now, no? Garb stocks are going way up, though. Safama, 16 months. King Pirates Elite, appreciate you, bro. Garba greater than Akainu, mid-diff. Do we think current Garb could take Akainu, though? Is this Garb stock going way high? Because Akainu is highly rated in the community, right? Akainu is beloved in the community in terms of power scaling. So do we think Garb stock has risen all the way into like top 7, top 5 currently? Or has Akainu stock gone down a little bit? Because now we're reevaluating, like, not only do we have this conversation between what Garb could have done to Akainu during Marineford, but also you have to think, like, Whitebeard was, like, on his deathbed. Right? It looked like he couldn't even use hockey anymore. So what were the feats that Akainu put in, are they still as impressive? All right, because Akainu, I've been saying this a little bit. His stocks have gone down a little bit, especially post time skip, just simply because of inactivity. The man's been sat in a cubicle this entire time, and we haven't seen him act at all during the post time skip. So I don't really know if he's that much stronger than before. You know what I'm saying? Because of inactive work rate alone, his stocks already went down a little bit. I don't know how exactly to process this yet. But Garb stocks are definitely up. Okay, Young Smokey with another 20. Appreciate you, man. Nice shirt. So I found out Tina got these from Etsy. I don't know exactly from who, but I'm sure you can find just as good One Piece merch on Etsy. I have a hoodie just like this as well. I think I wore it probably last stream or a couple streams ago. Garb shot up to top 10. Akainu down, Garb up. Garb on his diet. Garb could die next chapter. No shot. No shot. Not after that. Not after that. Hold on. Let me drop a poll first, because there's a lot we got to get through here in terms of Garp versus Akainu, in terms of Garp versus these Blackbeard pirates. We're going to start with Garp versus Akainu. Who wins right now? Right now. Okay, right now. I'm not talking about Marineford. Right now. I might be doing Akainu dirty here because we just came off of a Garp chapter. But who wins right now? Garp or Akainu? The poll's dropping. Okay, it's close. It's close. Akainu took it in the beginning. Now Garp's running away with it a little bit. Akainu has narrative weight. True. Because I do think eventually he has to duke it out with Luffy during that final war. Because the beef is there. But also, that narrative weight I don't think is as strong. I could still low-key see a scenario where Luffy decks Akainu later on. He definitely got the time skip bump. No doubt. But I'm not sure. I'm not as certain that Luffy needs to struggle so much against Akainu to the point where he needs to get even stronger than he currently is. As opposed to Blackbeard, which I think that is a fight that Luffy needs to struggle because it's such a built-up long fight that when that happens, Luffy has to struggle in that fight and become even stronger. That's why I rate Blackbeard, whatever final version of him, whenever we get that, that's why I rate that guy so highly. To the point where I even had him top 1 before, but right now I can't put him there because it feels like he's not there yet. Especially after Shanks' recent showing versus his recent showing against Law. Looks like Garp's running away with a poll right now, 65-35. How do we feel about Sengoku then? Right? I think Garp is clearly stronger than Sengoku. Do we think by association Sengoku also jumps? Are both of these old heads jumping to like top 10? to like above admirals? Because I feel like due to retirement, a lot of people have put him below admirals. I feel like with this showing, Garp's got to go above Fujitora, Green Bull, and Kizaru. At the very least. At the very least, he's jumped back up there. Now, against Yonko, that's a little shaky. That's a little shaky when we get to there. Monkey D. Kong. Is this the first time in the story confirmed Garp? Yeah, no, it's actually never been confirmed he has conquers hockey. But like, I feel like it was such a given that everybody just like, it was like the Mandela effect where it's like, oh yeah, Garp has conquers, like for sure. But now we know. Like, I mean, like, it was obvious. The man was throwing hands up against Rox and Roger. There was no way he didn't have advanced conquers hockey. You know what I'm saying? But now we actually get to see it in action. Mugiwara, here's the thing. Dragon, I said this before, the Monkey D family holds a lot of weight because now we're seeing Garp like this. All right, the man at like retired 2 years just eating crackers and chilling. Okay? And he's still throwing hands at this level. And he was back then, you know, took the W at God Valley. That's valuable until we find out otherwise of the specifics of what happened. He took that W alongside Roger against the entirety of the Rocks Pirates. And then you have Luffy, who's probably going to be the GOAT, right? He's going to be the GOAT eventually. So Dragon, I always said, like, he's right there in the middle in the prime of his career. How could he be weak? But the thing is, the man has sat back and done nothing this entire time. And it's just too little work rate that I can't be putting him up there with some of these guys that are actually showing out now. Because his narrative is not going to be as strong. I can't just say by association of the Monkey D family that he's up there. Now, what would be embarrassing, though, I will say this. What would be embarrassing for Dragon if his retired old ass dad and his 19-year-old son are already both stronger than him. That would be embarrassing, okay? If we see some semblance of Dragon being weaker than both of them currently, that is major fraud behavior. that would be embarrassing. Nigel, 2 years, baby. Appreciate you so much for the long time support. Very happy to accomplish this milestone. I appreciate your support so much, man. Thank you so much. Got that emerald badge now as well. I gotta come up with some bigger ones for the 3 years and above. Yeah, because it's just hard. Like, because we've done like every single gem and thing already. Maybe we'll just add something else, change the crown or something. Dragon top 2 minimum? I don't know if I could go that far anymore. It looks like Garp's running away with this poll, by the way. I still have to sit on it a little longer to think about narratively if it makes sense for Garp to be stronger currently. But for everybody that talks about all the power scalers that like literally like rate feats incredibly heavily, I feel like you have to put Garp above Akainu if you're like purely feats, or if you think feats are so heavily rated. You know what I'm saying? Law confirmed in jail? We haven't seen him anywhere. I don't see a reason why they would keep Law around. Northern Blade, I'm a couple chapters behind, but I'm not far behind. It's like one of those things where you just kind of forget about it, and then I'll catch back up. And you're like, oh yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Let me read Northern Blade. You know what I'm saying? So now that you reminded me, I'll catch back up probably today. Garp ain't as sick as Whitebeard was? Now, hold on. I think there's a conversation. I think there's a conversation in terms of Garp versus Whitebeard. Because for me, they're 3 and 4. For me, they're 3-4. One or the other. For me, they're 3-4. And like Whitebeard was elite. Whitebeard was elite. But like the God Valley thing, we need more information on that. Cause like right now it don't look good for him. 2 and 3 above Roger and Rox. Law will make an alliance with Blackbeard. Now that's a take. Even though you spammed it, but that was a solid take. That was an interesting one. I'll say that. Prime Beard top 1. How do we say that though when Rogers won everything? Like, I know Whitebeard was like, you gotta remember these top 4, like the different, I don't think there's like a gap between any of them really. I don't think there's a gap really between any of them. So it's like we're really down to the nitty gritty there when it comes to that top 4. It's just like Roger won at everything he did. From being a Pirate King to God Valley to everything he took part in. Like, the guy just never lost. Hawaiian Punch member for 27 months. What if he needs Law to teleport him to Egghead? But the whole ship arrived there. And that's, I don't think you could go that far. Or do you mean like from the ship onto Egghead? Possibility. That's possible. But yeah, that's a good point, Vexy. He also does have Van Augur. Some people are saying Rox greater than Whitebeard equals Garp equals Roger. Now, how is Roger near the bottom there? I just don't understand. I just don't understand how, like, God Valley finished with Garp and Roger teaming up and winning. So when you say Rox is stronger than Whitebeard and Whitebeard is equal to Garp and Roger, how does that make sense in terms of how they won? Right? Because now we're at that point, we're just relying off theory / headcanon that like something went weird during God Valley, which could be possible. Don't get me wrong. Maybe Whitebeard switched sides. And Whitebeard switched sides, everything changes up, right? It's as simple as that. But until then, how much do we take at face value that the biggest battle in the story, really, right? The highest level battle in the entire story. We're talking 4 of the strongest people ever, plus a whole bunch of like top 20s, right? Top 10s, top 15s, like future Yonko took part in that fight. And then Garp and Roger were the ones that came out on top, plus Rayleigh and the Roger Pirates. Ricken, what's good, bro? Feel like we're getting some first name attacks for a lot of top tiers. Mihawk 1081, Dragon 1082. Nah, don't get me too excited, man. Don't get me too excited. Oh man, part of me does want to wait until we see if we get more. But I feel like we're not gonna get we're not getting Blackbeard for a while. I think it's time for us. We'll wrap up Garp here. I think eventually we'll go back to Egghead and then start to build back up that incident, right? Because now that's 2 whole chapters, really, like outside of Egghead already. Eventually, at some point, we have to move back and then get Blackbeard coming in and then get Shanks probably showing up. Maybe Garp coming back as well. You know what I'm saying? Dragon Shonen protagonist dad with confirmed Conquerors. So he's not confirmed with Conquerors yet, I believe. I'll double check on that. But I'm pretty sure he has not yet been confirmed with Conquerors Hockey. I think he does have it. As far as as far as I know, he's not confirmed to have it yet. Yeah, he's not confirmed to have it yet. But I do think he has it. I do think Dragon is strong. It's just that there's too much inactivity right now for me to put him above a lot of these other guys that are actually showing out. Shanks and Luffy forms an alliance to defeat Blackbeard. I want the Straw Hats versus Blackbeard Pirates by themselves. Also, Shanks and Luffy gotta face off against each other. Like, they gotta duke it out. Luffy's gotta prove he's stronger than Shanks. Okay, if they gotta team up to take down Blackbeard, that just feels a little cheap. You know what I'm saying? Dragon's a fraud. I don't know if he's on full fraud watch. But we're taking a peek. We're keeping an eye on it. That's for sure. Because his family is showing out. And up until now, he's not done much. Besides stop smoker besides slow down Loketown smoker. And then after his crew put in the work at the Reverie to get Kuma back, he was just like, Kuma, what are you doing? Oh, he's gone. All that for nothing. That was a tough look. That was a tough look. Ten Titanic captain. At this point, probably Kuzan. I think so. I think Kuzan makes sense. I still like the idea of Urouge because I don't know where Urouge really fits in to the story. You know, with all that's happening. Wang Zhi, I guess, is still an option, given that him and Blackbeard, you know, fought. But I wouldn't put too much stock into that one. I would have forgotten it. Urouge has been, he showed up like one time during post-time skip to narrate, to pray for Kaido. and then pieced out. That was it. I still like the Blackbeard theory because now it explains a lot more like why Urouge was with the big, like infiltrating the Big Mom pirates. There's still that line after like the Marineford War where Urouge was like, Blackbeard is the guy to keep an eye on. He's gonna be like spearheading this next wave. And that was the key. Urouge is the key to bringing Nell back. Yes. Urouge chilling up in Sky Island with the Nell, and somehow Jin got there as well. All three of them, they're out there like drinking sake like they're Roger and Whitebeard. Garp over Kaido? Now, I think this puts him above the current admirals. This feat is a feat we've never seen before from the other admirals. You know what I'm saying? Like, Advanced Conquerors Hockey, I rate highly, highly. Him going above a Kainu, I still have to process. Him going above the other Yonko, I don't think you could do that because Kaido and Big Mom have shown Advanced Conquerors Hockey and stuff. Big Mom a little curious about just purely because her fight IQ is insanely low. All right, as we said before, Big Mom is Russell Westbrook, though he did get a big redeeming W. With the Clippers beating the Lakers last night, which was a huge win for the Western Conference standings. But yeah, Big Mom is got everything in her bag, from double fruits to hockey to everything. The potential was through the roof with her. She was killing bears with her bare hands at at age 5, just trying to give them a hug and shit. So the potential was always there with Big Mom, but Big Mom, unfortunately, is also big dumbass. So like, her fight IQ just ain't there. Like, if she fought all out, she would have bodied Law and Kid. I fully believe that. But she just didn't take him seriously and then got tossed into lava. Moria on his training arc. Can you imagine Moria's just like training his ass away in the cell? Also, yes, Max, just send it once. I'll get it to it eventually. After a while, you can send it again if I miss it. Now you're mad at Russell Westbrook because y'all lost? You're gonna be fighting for the play-in. You got a road game against the Kings. That's a big one, because if you don't win that one, I'm pretty sure you're heading towards the 7th seed. Safama's talking crazy again. We're just gonna move on from that. You gotta win out to get the 6. Moria finna walk out like Iroh, like he did used to. Remember Kaido flashback? Oh, yo, he's walking out slim. He's walking out slim like he used to. You can't lose one. If the other teams win out, you will be in the play-in. The Lakers have the tiebreaker on you. The Clippers are 1 game up on you. I believe even the Pelicans might have the tiebreaker. Warriors never going to play-in. You went to the play-in 2 years ago. Warrior is still actually weak. Blackbeard destroyed him. I mean, no. Then you're sleeping on Blackbeard if you thought Warrior had a chance against Blackbeard. Law is with Kata Curry. What? Now that's crazy. How did that happen? Cat pulls up, saves Pudding and Law. That would be some mayhem, I'll say that much. Lakers were struggling so bad. Ever since the trade deadline, they have turned into a legit playoff team. Are they going to make it very far? I don't think so. Maybe win a round or two. I don't think they're contenders really, though. But props to them. Props were as given. They were 13th in the NBA. Now in like fighting for like the 5th to 7th seed. Kata Curry's still busy boxing oven. Have I seen your recent games? Yeah, I have. What was the one that I watched? Yeah, it was the Nuggets game that I watched, where you lost to them without Jokic playing. Y'all lost to Michael Porter Jr. We didn't have Wiggins. And until Wiggins comes back and looks himself, I don't think y'all are contenders. I'm just speaking facts. Curry was having a bad game. Yeah, so was Clay. And you lost. Curry's gonna have... Imagine if Curry played well. Bro, imagine if all my players played well. we would be undefeated. Like, what kind of alternate universe ass thing are you talking about, bro? With the amount of people on Hachinosu and Winter Island, I think they're out of Winter. I don't think they're at Winter anymore. They've left. Blackbeard shit at Egghead doesn't have leave room for Blackbeard at Elbaf as of now. I don't think they're going to Elbaf right now. I think they've went from Winter Island to Egghead probably. Because they literally dropped off Kobe at Hachinosu. Went to Winter. And then I think they left again. Garp just destroyed Divine Departure, and I wouldn't go that far. Just hopped on. Any word about the chapter? The chapter's already out, man. Divine Departure versus Galaxy Fist? Are we saying which one's stronger or which one's more epic? Because I always will have some bias towards Garp just throwing fists. Throwing hands is just cool. To me, that's just more badass. As far as stronger? I don't even know how you rate that, really. Timeline could work since it is implied that they've spent a couple hours on Egghead. And if the world-class event is Blackbeard, of course, himself is involved. Yeah, I think it would make sense for Blackbeard to show up. Like, I think the reason we're seeing all of these things off of Egghead is because we're gonna get all of them going to Egghead. Or else, like, we never get this much action away from the main action, you know? As a Cavs fan, let me say the East still going through Milwaukee or Boston, not Philly. Cavs aren't ready. Hey, listen, I'm rooting for y'all to give Milwaukee a good series, though. I will say, I think Donovan Mitchell, I don't know, so many people, I feel like a lot of people sleep on Donovan Mitchell. Like, most people I see in the conversations have, like, Devin Booker above him, and I'm not sure. Like, Mitchell's had an incredible season. He's shooting better, and like last year was a bit of an off year for him with the chaotic Jazz, but he's been incredible this season. This recent stretch he's gone on has been insane. So listen, we play a lot of difficult games with the Cavs. I hope you all bring that same energy to the Bucks and give them a good run for their money. But I do think, yeah, I'm not worried about Philly. We've beat them 3 times this year, and then without Jaylen Brown or Robert Williams, Embiid scored one of the craziest 50-point games I ever watched, and they won by 2 at home. So I'm not worried about Philly at all. I am worried about Milwaukee. Milwaukee, I still think, looks the best right now out of everybody. And they have Giannis, the best player in the league. So that's always a problem. Change the thumbnail to Garb now. I'm not trying to spoil the whole thing. That's for people to find out themselves. I'll just post my reaction. I mean, after this VOD is done, I'll probably just change it to picture me reacting. Sfama, I'm not talking about your rankings, man. Listen, I'm just ready for that top 30 on 1 Piece you're gonna drop, because the basketball ones hurt my brain way too much, man. Coming in with Donovan Mitchell. Listen, I said Donovan Mitchell is slept on, but putting him into the top 5 is absurd. And Giannis, I just said, is the best player right now, but saying he's top 5 all time is also fucking crazy. Damn, Slick got too hyped about the chapter, forgot about his real life schedule. Top 30 coming next week, man. It would be fire if we waited till like Blackbeard and all that, but like we could wait till like the end of the year to do that. I feel like we're not gonna get Blackbeard Shanks and all that kind of stuff again for some time. We have a break next week. Allows me to right my wrongs from missing the top 30 this past week. And yeah, this next Saturday I'm gonna aim for it. Unless something crazy happens again, it's gonna happen. Can I hop in the Discord? So top 30 is gonna be a lot of people. So I limit it to people part of the elite or been in the community for a while, and then I have to trying to bring some creative this time. So I have to really make sure the roster spots are a little tighter. In 3 days, not this Saturday, next Saturday. No, not 3 days. During the break week, so we have something to watch and talk about during the break week. I don't think they're still dealing with Law. I think Law's done with. Do we think Kizaru is sword? I don't see any reason for him to be. He seems very strict, like straight to the book. Like he seems very marine-like. I feel like a lot of people give him like give him less shit in a way for being like super heavy on the Marines and like does some fucked up shit sometimes because he's just goofy. He's a troll, you know. Damn, I mean, you're fine. Your counselor will reschedule. It's not the end of the world. Damn, crazy work schedule. I mean, we'll be live for a good while. So if you can make it in there at some point, it'd be cool. But working on a Saturday for the full day, that's crazy though. Can't say much because Tina's also working on Saturday. Every other Saturday. Blackbeard to meet Emu. And no, he is rocks. I do think it's interesting that he wants to turn Pirate Island into a country. What do we think the motive is behind that? Let me pull up Twitter and all that to see if there's anything I'm missing. You know what I mean? I have to unmute the tag. Unmute the 1080 hashtag. I seen it. Has he dropped a list recently? I thought he did a top 30 like a long time ago. Looks like most people are just hyped about Garp. Shout out to Shiki for real, bro, for pulling up to Marineford against Garp and Sengoku like that back in the day. I see more people are talking about like Mihawk, we're us seeing Mihawk and Dragon soon, actually in action. I'm not gonna bank on that, but if we get that, Oda's gonna break the internet, man. Call me Vasco shot for real. Drinking game for every bad take. Safama, you just like saying controversial stuff to say it at this point, bro. What Wembayama clips are you seeing that's not good? The ones where he's taking a step back three and then tip dunking his own miss back into the back in. I don't know who said it, but I agree with them. Someone said Blackbeard just wants to be king of the world. He doesn't necessarily need the One Piece for it. He'd be trying to start a base for his status and slowly grow. Yeah, Blackbeard's motives, right? We still don't really have a very clear image of it. He has done a ton of planning. It looks like he's still interested in the poneglyphs and stuff. But is he actually interested in like the history and like taboos and stuff like that? Right? He's very much aligned with Rocks in many ways in that he took over Pirate Island. He's named his ship the Saber of Zebek. So learning more about Blackbeard's motives does feel like we would learn more about Rocks' motives in general. So getting a glimpse into that is really exciting. 30 shots from Safama's list alone. Shiki was really... That's what I'm saying, man. He was on demon time. He wanted all the smoke. The man didn't care. You're a 5-star NBA prospect? To get into the reverie. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting angle. He could be doing that to try to get into it. But the reverie is so far from now, you know? Everything's climaxing right now. The reverie just happened. So, like, I don't think he's planning that far out. I feel like he also has a good grasp on things. Realizes things are really moving now. What would be the benefit of him having a country? Doflamingo did it in order to, you know, have a country to rule, but also have like a base of operations to do a bunch of shady shit. Blackbeard wants to be king, to ask to speak to the girl, say then he'll use law to switch his personality with Emu. Then he's the king. Now that's crazy. That is that is some crazy ass theory. I mean, I can't really debunk it. I don't think that'll happen, but that is pretty crazy. I like the fun idea though. Smoker and Bogart. Yeah, low-key, like Tashigi made an appearance in this chapter. I feel like I kind of brushed it over and just didn't care too much. Yeah, Tashigi, Helmeppo. Tashigi being here is interesting though. She was never confirmed part of Sword. So, is she part of Sword? Because everybody that's shown up now are Sword. So does that mean Smoker is part of Sword? And it wouldn't make sense for Smoker to be, because Smoker, you know, has always had this conflict recently of like the Marines, and like he's witnessed firsthand so many times how fucked up they are. Blackbeard having 3 double fruits, he should. It would feel so unsatisfying if he doesn't get the 3rd one. He has 3 guns on his waist. He has 3 skulls on his flag. He has a Logia. He has a Paramecia. If he doesn't get the zone, even if we look past the narrative stuff, it'll just feel unsatisfying, right? It'll just feel really unsatisfying that he only has 2. Hibari made you that southern accent got you out of like that? Smoker currently hooked up to a breathing machine. Ungodly doses of copium ash that's thrashing he got at Punk Hazard. I feel like it'd probably make more sense for Smoker to head towards Egghead. Especially because Vegapunk is involved there and he's involved with Vegapunk, right? If Wemby D1, I'm guessing you didn't see the games over the summer where he faced off against Scoot Henderson's team and beat them both teams and dominated both of those games. All right, stop goofing off a couple clips you see on Twitter. Scoot more well-rounded? I mean, is Scoot gonna be like an incredible guard? Yes, absolutely. But a 7'6" center that can shoot threes and block shots, like and dribble the way Wembayama does, is just more valuable. Can you say Donovan Mitchell is more skilled than like? There's not really an argument. It's a weird comparison to make. Let me see what would be a better comparison to make. Like Giannis, for example. Giannis, a lot of people would say, myself included, best player in the world right now. That's because of his size and position and his ability to defend. It's just hard for a point guard to get to that level. You're just not going to have the same impact. Curry's not better because Curry does not make the same impact on both ends of the floor. Is Curry a better offensive player? Yes. So is Jokic. Than Giannis, I would say. But if you have the ability to be a defensive player of the year and the MVP, drop like 40, 50 point games in the finals, and also block the shit out of everybody and make game winning defensive plays, you're just going to be more valuable. Is it point guard's fault that they're shorter and smaller and, can't do that? No, it's not their fault. But taller people that have the ability to make a huge impact on both sides is just going to be more valuable. Dylan Brooks, the GOAT. That Grizzlies Pelicans game last night was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. World government won't approve any more pirate-ruled kingdoms. At the same time, Blackbeard did make a good point about Kobe having a pretty good reputation right now. Well, first of all, if you were 8th, you would face the Nuggets. And I would love to see a Warriors-Grizzlies matchup. Next chapter, I think it's time we go back to Egghead. Because we got to build back up into that a little bit. Because now we've spent like a chapter and a half, close to 2 chapters away from it, with all these breaks in between as well. You know what I'm saying? The West is fun. The West playoffs are going to be fun. Warriors Suns? Nah, I kind of want to see Clippers Suns. Kawhi KD or even Lakers Suns could be fun as well, but it looks less likely we're going to get that now that the Clippers are going to win. Like, we haven't seen like KD versus LeBron for like 3, 4, 5 years or something like that. because of like injuries and shit. Prime Russ this playoffs. Warriors can beat the Grizzlies in 6 games if Wiggins is back. And they could prove to me they're not the worst road team in the NBA right now. Because you're not going to have home court advantage in any of your series. Wiggins is ramping up. He's going to be back at some point. How does he look after all that time off will be interesting, I think. If he looks like he is, the way he was early in the season, perfect. Moses Moody is better than Grant Williams. Listen, Grant Williams has been a little down recently, but like Moody just doesn't play a lot of games sometimes. He's just too young right now. Could he be eventually better than Grant Williams? Absolutely. Grant Williams has physical limitations. I love that. Like, Kuya is like being reasonable. Kuminga is better than Grant Williams, I think is a good take. Especially right now with Grant Williams struggling a bit. And then and this Savava says Kuminga is better than Embiid. Like I see your messages and like 4 out of 5 of them I'm not even reacting to because they're just so absurd. If Hachinosu is made a country, Sword won't be able to attack them then. That's a good point. That's a good point, but that's not Blackbeard's goal in the first place because he didn't know about Sword. Embiid has 0 athleticism. If you value athleticism, how are you saying Curry's better than Giannis? You're just wildly inconsistent with all of your takes. Simmons will come back player of the year. Honestly, I was at this point I'm rooting for Ben Simmons. It's just sad now. It's just kind of sad now. Pelicans playing like this without Zion. Imagine how they were playing incredible with him. Thing is, Zion doesn't play. Zion Williams does not play games. I think he was playing like a borderline top 10 player when he was playing this year. And then he pulled a hamstring and has been gone for like 3 months. That shit is crazy. Like, it was a hamstring. He didn't like bust his knee or ankle. He pulled his hamstring and he's been gone. He's just out for the season. Like, what the fuck? What happened? Scared to play Jimmy? I wouldn't say scared. It's going to be annoying. Miami Heat have been pretty bad this season. I think all Celtics fans have PTSD from Jimmy Butler and the Heat because he just turns it up a level. And the Heat just always play us weirdly well. Scared is not the right word. If we lose to the Heat, I'm not worried about losing to them at all. I just feel like it's going to be an annoyingly long series. Longer than it should be. But hey, the Heat are also looking like they're headed towards the play-in. So who knows? Maybe the Hawks beat them. If that happens, the Hawks are not good. Like I have absolute confidence against the Hawks. Evan Mobley taking a step? Absolutely. He's been incredible. He's been really, really good. Lakers in trouble if they don't get out of play-in? I think they'll make it. I don't think they'll have any issues making it into the playoffs. Like the Mavericks and Pelicans, Timberwolves, I don't think they're really that big of a threat. But but I don't think they're going to make it very far into the playoffs. AD getting traded for Damian Lillard. That makes no sense. I would like to see the Blazers move on at this point, though. For Dame's own sake and their team's own sake. Shadon Sharp looks good. Anthony Simons looks good. They're going to have a lottery pick this year. I feel like they should just move on and stop living in the shadow realm. You know? I hope the Heat, I hope the Heat lose to the Hawks as well. Pelicans in 6 against who? Not if Zion's not playing. And let me tell you, I saw a recent clip of Zion getting some shots up. My man looks like he's bulked right back up. All right, my man looks like he's been eating that good food. Big Mom is alive and did an Alvita and she will go attempt to save pudding. I don't know. Maximilian, don't worry about spamming. You just send it a couple of times, so you're good. Yeah, like the way you just sent it is fine. Like, leave some space. I missed the first one. I'll catch the second one. Attempt to save pudding, I don't know. I feel like if anything, she gets involved in Elbath. Like, she cares about her kids to a degree, not enough, right? She pretty much killed one of them. And like abandoned Lola and stuff like that. I don't think she cares that much about pudding to go after her. If she is alive, I think it's good for a character arc. I'm not so sure it's good for the enjoyment of the story because a lot of people, myself included, are just tired of it at this point. Sports Live, nah, that's too much work. You know what I'm saying? It's good to just work it into these streams instead. If Jalen does go, nah, we're not trading or leaving Jalen. Jalen's staying. He's got to make the all. He's got to and should make the All NBA team this season, and we'll offer him the Supermax extension, and hopefully he signs that. Shanks is evil or has ulterior motives? Nope, don't think he's evil at all. I think everything he's shown from every time he's on screen, his interactions with everybody else, he is very clearly a good guy. Or at least a good pirate, right? He's not like a saint, but he's clearly like a good pirate. Star on his own team? He doesn't need to be. Why does he need to be? He's on one of the best teams in the NBA that competes year after year. He gets everybody talks about like he needs to be a number one. He's like top in the NBA in usage. All right. So it's not like he's not getting the ball. It's not like he's not getting shots. Unless he wants to take like 30 shots a game and be like Rockets James Harden or some shit like that and just fight for a play-in spot. Like he wants to win. If he wants to win, like he says he wants to win, there's no reason for him to leave. Shanks is a gatekeeper. Him as a number one wouldn't be good, at least not right now. Yeah, I don't think he's quite at that level. He insane bucket getter, could be a good defender when he's locked in. Highly inefficient playmaker. Decision making is very suspect. His turnover to assist ratio is like 1-to-1 almost. Yeah, he just doesn't have quite the level of decision making that needs to be at that number one level. But as a number two, he's fantastic, and I love Jaylen Brown in the role he is right now, and I think he will keep getting better. But yeah, he's just in terms of decision making, he's just not quite there, which is why his advanced stats are really, really bad compared to a lot of the guys in the top. Brogdon over Curry is crazy. All right. I'm a reasonable guy. Just like when Safama's going to say Safama, he's going to say Kuminga over Embiid. Brogdon over Curry is crazy. Mugiwara, don't go the Safama route, man. One Safama is enough, okay? Great defender too. Who are you talking about? Brogdon or JB? JB could be really good when he's locked in, but he falls asleep a lot as well. Another reason why his advanced defensive stats are not as good. Bulls should get rid of DeMar and Vooch. That team's not really going anywhere. Lonzo Ball sounds like he's going to be out for the next season as well. Yeah, I mean, like, I thought they should have probably even tanked this season. Like, that team's not going anywhere. They're fighting for the play-in at the 10th seed. JB locked up JT in the All-Star game. It's quite a statement when Jason Tatum set the record for most points scored in an All-Star game and won the MVP. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not even hard to counter these. Like, you got to try a little harder now. Clippers to the finals. If Paul George comes back, that team is still stacked, but you just can't trust the Clippers because they don't play games. Any team that just doesn't play games, like even the Suns, I think their potential is super high, but for this season, when they played like 6 games together as a whole with KD, it's just hard to gel. The Nuggets should be the favorites to win the West, but they've also been shaky. I think there's a ton of pressure on the Nuggets right now because they've been whole the entire year. They're the number 1 seed. Jokic is 2-time MVP. If he and the team wants to prove themselves, along with the coach, because I think personally I've always thought Mike Malone's a bit of a fraud, and he just gets carried by Jokic. But if that team wants to make a statement, they have to very least win the West. He means you have goofy ass takes. That is facts. The Bulls roster looks good on paper, but did it though? It looked like a good, maybe at most 4-5 seed. But like, you know, like just didn't, like Vucevic, that trade was so bad. I believe they gave him Franz Wagner in that trade. They also gave him Wendell, and Wendell's like low-key already better than Vooch. And there's another pick coming. Like, it's just rough. Not a Warriors fan saying KD is a fraud. Not a Warriors fan saying KD is a fraud. Anime convention? I have never been, but I went to Comic-Con and there was a lot of anime stuff. But I've never been to an anime convention. I'll be right back. Gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'm sure Safama will keep you guys entertained with his takes. Curry equals Kobe. That's a good one. that's a debate I've always liked because I think they're incredibly close. Bro, is this all that's been happening? You just been putting Curry greater than everybody? Gotta try harder than that. I had higher hopes, man. That's some surface level stuff. Now Nigel's balancing the scale. Top 3 worst players of all time. Oh man, what did I walk back into over here? Team loyalty is overrated. In what way? I think it still feels better when you win with the team that you've stayed with. It's just most of the time, I would say players getting criticized for team loyalty, it could be a little overrated. Because a lot of times, like Dame, the team building is just awful. The front office is doing a disservice to the team. And in that case, the player should have every right and will want and should want to leave and get better, be in a better situation. Not cool you falling into the deep end saying LeBron is 4-10. Come on, man. Celtics, Lakers, nah. Lakers, I don't know about the Lakers, man. It would be a miracle if the Lakers make it. The Bucks, I'm still incredibly worried about. Although it looks promising with our matchups that we've had against them this year. Suns, Sixers. Sixers are not it, man. I'm telling you, Sixers are not it. Chin, take care, bro. See you next weekend. Next weekend. KD not going to conference finals with the Nets. I wouldn't say that's sad because he picked his partner. He picked his dancing partner. He knew everything that came with Kyrie. And yeah, part of it is injuries. Part of it is, just his own personal decisions that results in them in not playing and missing games and stuff like that. He decided to team up with Kyrie. So I think it's his own decisions that led to it. This is the year I'm telling you Sixers are winning. No, you're going to say that every year. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to bounce in the second round like they do every year. It will be fun. I think the playoffs will be fun just because of how hot Safama's takes are. We had that last year, right? He was saying Nets are going to beat the Celtics. They got swept. And he was saying the Bucks are going to blast the Celtics. They lost. Then he said the Mavs were going to get swept by the Warriors. Didn't happen. And then we had that iconic video that he made. Shit's going to be fun. Shit, you were not right because you said they were going to get swept. I will say I was surprised that the Mavs got dominated so badly. But still, like that's how you go too hot. Even when you're like on the right path, you always go one step too far at the very least. And that's how you ended up making that goofy ass video saying Luke is your daddy and shit. Go ahead, Safama. Give us your hot take of the playoffs this year. And what's the forfeit? Give us your hot take. Give us the take you're most confident in for the playoffs this year. And we'll make a forfeit. All right, we'll make it tradition. Why not? Well, I'm so like we lost against the Warriors, but I didn't say the Celtics were gonna beat the Warriors. Not like confidently. I said the Warriors have the experience. I said the Warriors have Steph Curry, the best player, and then the Celtics folded. Tatum did not have a good series. Lakers in 5 against the Nuggets? Nah, I think people are sleeping on the Nuggets a little too much. Eight 1 upset? That's crazy. Luka has no chance of winning the MVP, I'll tell you that right now. It's going to go to Embiid. And it should go to Embiid, I think. Mugiwara, I'm not going to do like... I think you don't need to do what ifs and coulda, shoulda. Because then you could do that so often. I just think, go get it, you know? Prove it by winning. When standings come out, tell your picks. All right, word. Curry's going to win the MVP. How? By playing like 53 games out of 82 as the 6th seed at best. All right, man. I'm just going to... Injuries don't count. Have they really only won 8 road games? That's crazy. What's crazy is like because of that, their home games have been incredible. I believe this is their second best home record since the 72 and 10 season. But their road record is so horrendous. It's so horrendous that they're still like scrapping out of the play-in right now. 73 and 9, my bad. Oh, 9 and 30. That's rough. He said, I took my chance. He said, I had to get it in. NBA is scripted. Don't think it'll be bad on the road games in the playoffs, though. I mean, it's hard to say that when for an entire season, like you are losing to like, just losing these horrendous road games. Like, I don't remember the last time I saw such a fucking stark difference. Actually, I think the Sixers had a pretty bad home road record like 3 years ago or something. 33 at 8 at home is very impressive, but you gotta admit, like 9 and 30 on the road is just as worrying. Was it last year they were bad on the road, or was it 2 years ago? I remember 1 year they were awful on the road. Got a Suns fan in chat. Okay. I think it'll be interesting to see how well they do this year in the playoffs. I do think after this season, the Suns are going to be really dangerous. So I'm a bet on it. 16-0. Forget the seeding. If you're that confident, it goes 16-0. Go ahead. Put your name to it then. Cause you just be saying shit to say shit, man. I want to hear what is an actual reasonable Safama take. Let's filter out all these shitty takes that you just say shit to say shit, and not willing to put anything on. 8-0 at home. So you're losing in the second round? Is that what's happening? You're losing in the conference finals? What's happening? 100% if Katie doesn't keep getting injured. Yeah, I just feel like this year is harder for them to gel. Next year, I think they're going to be a huge threat. It will be interesting to see how CP3 ages another year on, though. I don't think KD is slowing down anytime soon. You guys also, the wing depth also is it'll be interesting to see how the wing depth of TJ Warren, Josh Okogie, and Terrence Ross holds up in the playoffs. KD's getting old, but he doesn't lose a step. The guy go. So we lost signal for a second there. We're back though. That's weird, and that usually never happens. Oh yeah, of course CP3 is nowhere near the same level he was before, but they didn't have Kevin Durant then. And he just needs to be okay. He just needs to be good, which I still think he's a good player. CP3 retires. I mean, at that point, he could. Why not? How old is he now? He's getting close to 40. You know, he's like literally one of the oldest players in the league right now. Martin, what's up, man? Yeah, we've been at live for almost 2 hours. We're kind of just talking basketball right now. But the chapter was insane. Damn near 100 combined, for real. It is hilarious when you look at like the oldest players, and it's like Udonis Haslem, and then it's like LeBron and CP3, and then it's just like a bunch of like people that can't play basketball anymore, barely holding on. Garb's best attack, he has more. I'm sure he has more in his bag, but we just don't know, you know. Make them into shorts and TikToks. I could. But I have the whole reaction up like this. I don't know if it's worth the time to do that, you know? Now Haslam, I believe, is officially said he's retiring after this season. He broke his ankle. It's always hilarious when Haslam's comes in and he's like, oh shit. And then for a while he was actually playing when the Heat got rid of Dwayne Dedmon. But now they have like, I think he had like Myers Leonard or somebody like that. One of those big tall white guys they got to be backup center. Good to hear, Safama. Hope you take it at heart, man. Listen, if y'all wanna edit some clips and send them to me, I'll take them for sure. But y'all don't have to do that. But it'd be cool. I'll upload them if that's something you feel like doing. Durant hasn't played. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want the Lakers Suns, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen at this point. Garp has Conquerors hockey. Yes. But we knew that. Come on now, we knew that. Haslam was yeah, he was good. He was a legit good rotational player for the Heat when they were actually on their run. Now though, he's an assistant coach, you know what I'm saying? How are you saying Durant is ducking the Warriors when he's ahead of you in the standings? How does that make any sense? All right, Mugiwara, go for it, man. And I can always give you some feedback as well if you're doing that. Standings mean nothing. They mean the matchups you're gonna get. So the people that are not getting high enough to get to the Suns are the Warriors. I'll watch Warriors versus Suns live at the Bay if they match. Yeah, I was trying to make it out to a Celtics game, playoffs game last year, but I waited too long because I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll get to maybe I'll try to get to a finals game. But then the tickets dropped for the finals. I was like, all right, next year. I should have just went to like an earlier Bucks or Heat game. Grizzlies Warriors round 1 will be really fun. I think I don't want to see Warriors Sacramento, honestly. I want to see if like Pelicans Sacramento could be fun. I'll see like Warriors Grizzlies, or I want to see Warriors Suns. Lakers Grizzlies could be fire as well because of the Shannon Sharp shit that happened earlier in the season. Lakers Suns would also be fun. Clippers Suns. I feel like KD versus anybody is a fun matchup right now. Besides the Pelicans, unless Zion comes back. Ja Morant do some hood shit in the playoffs. Is Steven Adams back for them yet? I know Brandon Clark's out for the season, but they really need Steven Adams if they want to really make some noise. He's got some time because the play-in tournament happens. We got the end of this week in which the season wraps up, and then another week of a play-in. So you got like a week and a half still before shit goes down. Garb getting bodied by who? The Blackbeard Pirates? Without Blackbeard, I don't think so. Although I do think the angle on Shiryu is interesting because if he's gonna be the Zoro opponent later on, that Zoro's actually gonna fight and struggle with to a degree, him getting bodied by Garp here would not be a good look. Yeah, the lack of experience with the Kings. They have zero defense, like you said. Their offense is legit. Their offense is very, very legit. But the lack of, you just don't win with a lack of defense. They're like literally like number 25 in the league on defense or something like that. Yeah, I think he's supposed to return at some point. I just wonder if it's going to be in the first round or second round or, midway through the first round and stuff. Because moving Jaren Jackson Jr. back to the forward spot is going to be so much better for him as well. Kings on the Warriors this season on steroids that's actually a good take. I'll give you that one. That's actually a good take because they play zero defense and they're all offense. The Red Beer, Brown Beer Pirates are a threat. They'll back up Blackbeard when he's in danger. You think the Nets are going to beat the 76ers? Warriors should have signed Sabonis. When did you have that opportunity? Did you have an opportunity ever to sign Sabonis though? When? You guys have been like capped out since KD. Which flashbacks most excited for? I would say Shanks and Mihawk at this point. If you gave me Roger versus Rocks, I would take that. But at this point, Shanks and Mihawk, because Garb and Roger was just a friendly rivalry. I want to see Shanks and Mihawk to really figure out more about their characters, you know? LaMelo's on his rookie deal, bro. Like, there's literally, unless you mean drafted him, yeah. That would have been a much better choice. And if you drafted Franz Wagner over Kuminga, even though Kuminga's been much improved, those could have been 2 game-changing draft picks. The number 2 one hurts more though, because like Wiseman's genuinely like not good at basketball. I'm sorry, I just gotta say it. Okay, he's like fighting with Marvin Bagley for minutes on the Detroit Pistons. Now let's be real, man. Let's be real. All right, when you're fighting with Marvin Bagley, on the Detroit Pistons, who have 16 wins this season, you're not good. TCB is out. I might wrap things up soon, but TCB is out. If you guys want to check that out for a better translation. Quality of the scans for this chapter wasn't bad though, because they colored it and stuff. Still streaming, sir, but we'll probably wrap things up soon here. Top 5 picks, Melo and Edwards are the only ones good so far. Let me check out that draft again. Yeah, Okoro and Patrick. Wow, yeah, that's rough. That's a rough draft now you look at it. So you get a really good player in Edwards and LaMelo. You know, like 2 young guys are already making all-star teams. Wiseman is a bust. Patrick Williams is a role player. Isaac Okoro is a role player. Okongwu is a really good role player. Killian Hayes is a bust. Obi Toppin is a below-average role player. Avdia is a average role player. Jalen Smith, like the Suns gave up on him like after 2 years. He's okay. Vassell's doing pretty good as a starter. Halliburton's the miss there that everybody missed on, because he's arguably the best player in that draft. Maybe not the highest potential, because I think that goes to Edwards and LaMelo. But as of right now, I think Halliburton's probably the best player in that draft. And then, yeah, after that, you got like Sadiq Bey. Tyrese Maxey is an absolute steal of a pick that late into the draft. Same with Emmanuel Quickly. Even Peyton Pritchard at 26. Like Desmond Bane at 30. The bottom of this draft is literally better than the top 10. I do find it hilarious. You'll on one hand say Maxey is garbage, and then talk about Jordan Poole like he's better than Devin Booker. Peyton Pritchard is fighting to stay on the roster because we have Derek White, Marcus Smart, and Malcolm Brogdon. We have too many good guards. He was playing minutes deep into the playoffs and being pretty effective last year. I think it's just not a good fit for our team. So he probably will get moved eventually. Garber versus Blackbeard, who wins right now? The thing is, I always lean towards narrative in these unknowns. I think it makes more sense for Blackbeard to take it. If they fought right now, but I don't think they're gonna fight. I think Blackbeard's going to Egghead. Killian Hayes is a great backup point guard for the Pistons. You know, like for the Pistons. And like the first half of his season was like some of the worst basketball I've ever seen. Like it was like some of the most atrocious shooting, some like the least inefficient scoring like of all time almost. Like he turned his season around, I'll give him that. But to say like he's a good role player, I wouldn't go that far. Especially for a top 7 pick. Back up on the Pistons. That's your boy James Wiseman right there. Top 30 stream next weekend. Yes, next weekend. Not this weekend that's coming. During the break week. On Saturday is what I'll be aiming for probably. Yeah, because the 2K overalls are silly, bro. Because like Cade Cunningham by year 2 will be like a 92 overall and they're just working everybody. They got some good players. Like I like Jalen Duren. I like Jaden Ivey. I think Cade is still very good. The injury's a little worrying. I don't want Wembanyama to go there. They have like 3 centers already. Like I really hope Wembanyama does not go there. Yeah. I want like Wembanyama to go to like the Spurs or like Orlando would be super fun too. Because Orlando's actually getting good. Nah, I've seen that's iconic. That's iconic. That's an iconic meme. CP3 hits the 3 to get the lead down to 43. No, everybody knows that one. If you're a real one, you know that clip. I remember seeing it right after that game. Game 7. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then everybody was just memeing on him. Wemby to the Thunder. Did they get too big though? Like, what do you do with Chet? You move Chet to power forward? That's some crazy Twin Towers shit right there. Blackbeard just rocks. One of them crazy theories that I can't debunk, but I just don't know if that's true or not. Favorite music genre, probably pop. Like I like rap, I like R&B, but like there's just a lot of good pop. You know what I'm saying? All right, I might wrap things up soon here. I'll finish with a story that of why I did not do the top 30 last week. So it was on March 27th. So that was Monday last week. The week I was supposed to do the top 30. Right? So on Monday, my sister had just come down. My sister and my brother-in-law had just come down for this past weekend because it was her birthday. Parents were out of town and we just spent the weekend with them and all that. Now is Monday. And me and Tina, my girlfriend, for those that don't know, we were just talking and we're like, I think we want a pet. It feels like the right time to get a pet. And like, you know, we were both like really getting excited about a pet and getting a dog. So we start kind of just looking on the website on like Pet Finder, thinking like, oh, it's probably going to take a long time to get a pet, right? So we start, you know, just looking through the pets and, you know, it's hard to find the right one. But then I found this little puppy named Peanut. He was listed on the website as 3 months old. And he's like a little Dachshund. For those that don't know, Dachshund is like the little wiener dog. He's like a little Dachshund lab shepherd mix. And like, so like a smaller dog like that was low key like the best dog for us. Because first off, our apartment, like we can't have dogs over 40 pounds. So we can't really have a larger dog. So we were looking on like the medium to small types of dogs. And this was a Dachshund. He wasn't going to grow more than 20 pounds, which he currently already weighed. And then, you know, we read his paragraph and his personality was like super calm. Like he's like super friendly with people. He's like as good as he could be, you know, super friendly with other dogs as well. So like it was like midnight at like 1 a.m. right? So, and we were just like really excited about getting a dog, and like this little Peanut seemed like the perfect dog. So I was like, you know what? Let's just send in our application. Get our application in there. It's probably a long process because even on their application, they're asking like what is your adoption date, whatever, that's good for you and stuff. So I was like, it's probably going to take a long time. Let's just get our name in there and then we'll have some time to like really go through this process and get ready for it. By next morning at 8 a.m., they call us back and they said, hey, the dogs, we love your application. You've been accepted. So like things are all of a sudden moving really fast. And then the next available time we have to pick them up is on Wednesday of that week. So now all of a sudden we're going to get this brand new puppy for the week. So for the next 2 days, we're kind of just like preparing, buying a bunch of stuff, getting ready to go get this dogs. And then on Wednesday, we go and get Peanut. We bring him home. He's like super sweet. He's super nice. Cute little puppy here. I even have pictures of him here. I could show you as well. He's like this cute little wiener dog. He's got like a lab-like face because he's a lab mix as well, but he's still small and like not super high energy. Which wouldn't be good for our apartment complex because, like, we don't have a yard or fenced in yard or anything like that. So, like, it was a perfect dog and he was super sweet and, like, super nice to us. But first and foremost, anybody that has had a puppy before know that they're, like, pretty much a child. So I've had a puppy before with my family dog who's a lab. They're, like, peeing all over the house. You have to get them on a schedule really quickly and, making sure you play with them, get their energy out. You have to be training them. So like I was like literally just a full-time dog watcher for the next few days or so. And Tina was still going to work and stuff, and it was a lot for her to take in because that was her first pet. And then eventually things settled down, but in the end there was one big issue, which was that because of how small he is, and especially with him being a Dachshund, a wiener dog, there was two issues, really. Three. Let's say three. There was three issues. Number one, he pretty much grew up on like a farm, a ranch, right? He pretty much grew up on like a ranch, open backyard. It originally was like in Louisiana, and then the place we picked him up from has like a huge backyard. So he wasn't house trained at all. More importantly, wasn't really desensitized to like people and cars and all that kind of stuff. So he was like super timid and like really anxious, and like it was really hard for him to go outside and focus and like, go to the bathroom. So that just made things a lot tougher. He was getting better with it, but it was still like he was really, really anxious, right? And part of that was also him getting picked up. So he kind of had like an issue getting picked up, and that was like, that would have taken a lot of time for us to really get him desensitized to getting comfortable for him to get picked up. And that paired with the second issue, which is that we live on the second floor of our apartment complex. And because he's a wiener dog, we should have looked into this more, but he can't really go downstairs because if they have such long bodies, it's like really bad for their back if they go downstairs. So now he's like super anxious. He can't go downstairs, and he's afraid every time I pick him up. And like for puppies, you really have to take them out like every 2-3 hours. So like that was just a really big struggle. And paired that together with like the third part, which is like in April, May, and June, I have like travel coming up, and like we both have a wedding to go to. Initially, we thought not only was the process going to take a little longer for us to get this dog, but also this dog would be comfortable enough for us to leave him at like Tina's parents' house, right? Or something like that. But with him being so anxious and unable to go downstairs, that like we're just not able to, comfortably hand him off to her parents to watch him over like 24/7 like that. And like for him to come to our house and then get moved to like a daycare or a kennel because of all these trips and back and forth that we have to take. And so we were like, is this actually going to work out? And then in the end, we have to make the decision to make sure to do what's best for him. Is that, if there's a family out there with like a yard where he could be more comfortable and not living on the second floor, like that's something he have to deal with pretty much for the rest of our time that we live in this apartment. which is at least another year and probably even more. It would be a lot of anxiety for him and a lot for him to adjust to, especially with how much we had to travel. So we had to go through the process of returning this adorable ass puppy just a few days after we got him, just so he could be, you know, back up for adoption. And like, he's super cute. So we think there's no issue with him, you know, getting listed back up for adoption. So it was actually Saturday. Saturday was the day that the top 30 was supposed to happen. And that was the day we ended up bringing him back as well. And yeah, that was just rough. That was really rough because anybody that gets a dog, even if you're with them for a few days, they feel like your family. And yeah, that was a rough. So we kind of had to just take a little break. We went out and just, you know, yeah, it was, yeah, that few days was just really rough because he was a really, really good dog. Such a sweet little dog. He was learning really fast as well, but just as far as a match for our house and our upcoming schedule, it wasn't going to work out. And yeah, so that's why that week was really an emotional roller coaster, because I went from really excited to getting a dog to being partially anxious because it happened so quick, to once again really excited that I got this dog, to now worrying about whether or not he's going to work with us, to absolute depression that it's not going to work out and I have to return him. And now I have to kind of recover. I'm on the recovery. We're feeling a lot better now. The first couple days was really rough. Driving him back, we had to drive him like an hour back to the foster home. Luckily, you know, they're really good people. The rescue that we work with to get him, they're really good people looking after him. He's happy there. We ended up like donating all the stuff as well that we got for him. But yeah, that was rough. And then the next couple of days we kind of just spent, you know, getting our mood back up. We, you know, went out to eat, went to the casino, spent some time there, did a little shopping. So kind of just like de-stress a little bit to get back on schedule. But yeah, that was a crazy week and a half that we had just spent. So that's why the top 30 didn't happen, but it will be happening next week now that we're on another break. But yeah, that was my week. With this adorable little puppy. Yeah, he was just super friendly, but just like really anxious outside. Like his tail would be like instantly down once he's actually outside. Let me see if like you can see his tail. Like he's just kind of like terrified when he's outside. And like he's always like backing away and stuff when we're like trying to pick him up and stuff. And yeah, it just would have been tough for him to make it work. And we really thought about keeping him, especially on that last day. I was really like, do we really have to do this? But it just would have been tough for him in our current living situation, our upcoming schedule. But yeah, that was my story for the week. Country doggo looks like it's getting some love. Australian Shepherd, intense, right? Yeah, like. You have to take off, like they are literally babies. They are literally babies. You have to get them on like a 2-hour pee schedule. They're going to be barking. You have to crate train them. There's a lot of stress. I went through it once before with my family dog. So I was a little more prepared, but it was still very stressful the first couple of days. And then just like the match in general just wasn't working. But I think hopefully in maybe even in this year, we'll try to find a dog that's better suited for our situation and stuff like that. And hopefully we'll have another dog in the near future. Did I win any money? I did not. I spent $40 and that was my budget. And I let it fly and I did not win. Tina, on the other hand, spent $20, lost a bunch, and then won it back to 10. So she actually walked away only down 10. So she actually did pretty well. But that was good. The casino's literally like mad close to us, so. I think Blackbeard is a clone of Rox. I got it, bro. I got it. golden retriever. That's another thing. The rescue actually called us back and said like, hey, you guys were such good applicants and stuff. We have like a flat coat retriever, which I never heard of before, but they're like this like black haired golden almost, right? It's like a black haired retriever. They were like, we have this sweet dog that like we want to make sure that it goes to a good home, and we're not even listing her up for adoption. And we were just wondering if you're interested, but that dog is just way too big for our apartment complex, so it just wasn't gonna work out. Oh, snowing is rough. I'm glad like at least it's like close to spring. It's getting nicer, and we were training this puppy. Training a puppy in the winter could drive you insane. Like you're free because you'll be freezing outside, and you know this little shit has to piss, or else if you bring him back in the house, he's gonna piss on your floor. But they just won't do it. You're out there for like 15 minutes trying to like get him to pee and poop. You can send it to me wherever you want, man. Mugiwara, feel free. What does plagued mean? What do you mean? What's the context with that? Did I say plagued? Plague means like made like troubled, I guess. Troubled / sick. Supreme, yeah, you gotta really be dressing warm for that. Been there, done that. Oh, Safama said it. But yeah, story time over there. And I think I'm gonna wrap things up. We're over 2 hours. Another fun ass stream. We'll be back. I'll be going back to my work schedule this week and next week, and we'll be back with a top 30 next Wednesday, as long as no other crazy scenario comes and happens to me again. All right, man. Everybody take care. Playoff basketball, playing basketball starting next week too. So it's gonna be, I'm sure we're gonna be talking some ball as well. All right, take care, everybody. Have a good day, night, wherever you are. Take it easy.